Florida State is the person you follow on Instagram who can't stop posting about how miserable they are in their relationship and how much they deserve better. Well, then leave. We get it. You're unhappy. Yet again, Florida State calls a committee, calls another meeting, discusses further their desire to leave the ACC. Fine. Go. Oh, wait, there's two big hurdles. You need more than $100 million to buy yourself out of a grant of rights contract you signed with the ACC, if even you can get out of it legally with that money. B, yeah, you need somebody to take you. I know that Florida State fancies itself as this amazing brand of college football, and we are better than the jock of the ACC. But you need the SEC, who's pretty happy right now having just added Texas and Oklahoma and gotten a sweet new rights deal without you. And the Big Ten, who added Oregon and Washington and USC and UCLA and got a new television deal without you. You'd have to convince them that they're better off with you. Another mouth to feed, another hand extended looking for payouts. You see, the problem is that this person on Instagram that's so unhappy in their relationship says, I can do better, then goes out to go meet new people, and those new people start asking questions like, tell me about your career. Is your family nuts? Are you nuts? Are you emotionally unstable? Do you have massive debt? Are you trying to escape your past? And once they start getting the answers to these pointed questions, it stops looking as good as maybe you thought it would. Ah, yes, the Seminoles, who are so much better than the ACC. Let me just check this. Oh, wait, fact check. Here's the conference records of the Florida State Seminoles over the last decade. Let's see, 2015, 6-2, 2016, 5-3, 2017, 3-5, 2018, 3-5 again, 2019, 4-4, 2020, 2-6, 21, 4-4, 22, 5-3. And this year, the undefeated season. Let me just adjust my eyesight for a second here. That's 32 losses in the ACC in the last decade, which includes an undefeated season. And you're better than this conference? In terms of the ACC, can Florida State look down on the Dukes and Wake Forests of the world, the Georgia Tech, Syracuse, and Boston colleges? Sure, but if you're going to sit here and convince me that the Seminoles are so superior to the ACC, they just have to leave. They're in a low-rent district and they're better than these people. Man, don't look at reality. Jimbo Fisher quit on the program. The 2-year stint of Willie Taggart, flaming nightmare. The first 2 seasons under Mike Norvell, 2-6, 4-4. You know, maybe if you had just studied a little harder, you could have gotten that A, and you wouldn't be in this mess, Florida State. The problem is, for Florida State to look at their conference and say, we don't get enough respect. A main reason is you. While Clemson was winning national championships and going to national championship games, you guys were going 500 in this miserable football conference. While Alabama kept the train rolling, while Michigan built a powerhouse, while Ohio State went to the college football playoff multiple times. You cycled through 3 coaches. You went 4 years with 1 bowl game, and that was a Sun Bowl. You had 3 postseason appearances in a row, which totaled an Independence Bowl, a Sun Bowl, and a Cheez-It Bowl. But you're too good? Maybe the ACC doesn't get the respect that you think it deserves because you were part of the problem. You see, when the ACC expanded its conference footprint and assembled what it thought was a super conference 15 years ago, it assumed one side of the conference was going to be dominated by Miami and Virginia Tech, and the other side, Clemson and you. So the odds were we were going to get Miami versus Florida State, Virginia Tech, Clemson, or some combination of the two every single year for the ACC title. Except starting in 2005, Wake Forest has won that division twice. Boston College has won it twice. Clemson won it 5 years in a row. And before this season, the Seminoles hadn't been there since 2014. Whose fault is that? Also, Florida State looks around and says, we didn't get into the college football playoff because you didn't respect the conference enough. And yet, for the last calendar year, Florida State's been yelling about how bad the competition is of the ACC. So, is it possible you fed your own narrative? You're annoyed the College Football Playoff Committee didn't respect the ACC enough, except you've spent the last year politicking about how the ACC's not good enough. If the Seminoles are simply looking for a bigger piece of the ACC pie, based on their brand and their previous championships and their history in Heisman's, that's fair. But if you're wondering why the ACC is not looked upon as the SEC or the Big Ten, it's because partially your flaws, your failures. Florida State has had to look within itself recently, saying, why don't we spend more on coaches, and why don't we have better facilities? As part of this process, perhaps they should also look at win-loss records. You think you're superior to the ACC, but a 5-year run that goes 7-6, 5-7, 6-7, 3-6, 5-7 isn't some princely program. Go to the SEC, you're Mississippi State. Go to the Big Ten, you're Northwestern. But you did that in the supposed inferior ACC. I'm DA, Damon Amendolara. Subscribe for more videos like this by clicking on that button. We'll see you next time.